Let's go! Welcome into Sports Saturday right here on the Fan Sports Network. 105.1 The Fan, 1080 The Fan, the Odyssey app, YouTube, and Twitch for the kids. I am Joe Fisher III. Across the faux marble tables, Rashad effing Taylor.
What up, though?
And across the glass is Jordan effing Schultz.
Mariners won.
They did win. I watched some of that last night.
That was awesome.
A little ugly at times. On the Astros side, that led to some runs. So, I mean, hey, I'll take it, though. Yeah.
It's something that can maybe satisfy the palate of some very, very thirsty fans.
It was better than my night last night. I watched my Orioles get smacked up by the Giants right now. I got major show beef going on and brewing right now between myself and the morning guys, Dirt and Sprague. And
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It's what the top of the leaderboard at the Masters is doing, Rory McIlroy. It has been documented on their show, I believe on this show, maybe other shows. That I don't like Rory.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of Rory.
I don't like Rory.
Why, though?
Because he's kind of a douche.
Well,
I mean, I do agree with I give you that, Joe.
Like, is he a bad person? No. Is he a good?
I would even border on possibly.
Can I just say something?
Are there worse people in the world than Rory? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Can I come at this from an outsider and
a non-golf? I mean, like a golf casual fan observer here.
Most golfers are kind of douches. I mean, I'm not like trying to I understand it's a very, let's just be real. Golf is a very, very pretentious sport. Let's be 100%. You have to, and again, you got to have some money to play golf. And there's a lot of people with a lot of money that play golf that are kind of douches. So
I'm looking at the leaderboard right now, and it's a mix. It's an eclectic mix of like good dudes and also.
I'm sure there's some great dudes in there.
I mean, Tommy Fleetwood's a great guy. Tommy Fleetwood's awesome. And his son Frankie. Have you seen the clips of his son Frankie going around at the Masters? Just the most adorable little British boy ever.
He's a cutie.
He's the cutest. He has the cutest little British accent. He's winning over the Masters. Patrick Reed, yes, that is a big check on the douche meter for Patrick Reed. There.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, he is adorable.
Dude, you got it. We got
Frankie Fleetwood.
We got a clip. We got audio of him somewhere in the system. I'll find it because. The thing that they do at the Masters on I believe it's on Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget the day. They do the par 3 contest where all the golfers are out there usually with their families, their significant others. Yeah. Wednesday, thank you. With their significant others, and they're playing the par 3 course. Well, some of the kids will play as well, and Frankie Fleetwood's like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8
I think he said it was 8 now.
Something like that. Well, there's one par 3 that you got to get over a big stretch of water. And it's just this kind of like almost island green. And for a 7-year-old, that's like trying to hit the ball over the ocean, trying to get it there. So the last couple of years, he's been trying to drive the ball over to the green. And this was from last year when he was interviewed about trying to get to the green at the par 3 contest.
Well, I've been doing my hardest to get it over the green. I've been practicing as hard as I can. Just not reaching it this year, but I'm just trying my hardest.
He watches a lot of golf interviews, doesn't he? Trying to imitate everything he sees.
Well, the rest of we don't have the rest of the clip, but in it then pans out, and you can see like Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, and Shane Lowry, and they're all just dying laughing because they're like, how the hell does this kid have better media training than half the guys on tour? What the hell is this?
Yeah,
the reporter starts laughing. They all just start dying, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. You sound like little Harry Potter. It's like, oh.
So yeah,
trying really hard.
He's stolen the show the last couple years at the Masters at the par 3 contest. But yeah, Rory's stealing the show right now. But yeah, looking at the leaderboard again, Patrick Reed definitely a douche. Wyndham Clark, former Oregon Duck.
Kind of a douche.
Yeah. He got in trouble last year for breaking a locker at I forget what country club, but he had I think it was the U.S. Open. He had a terrible round. I think opening round, second round, and then he like broke a locker in the clubhouse, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't come back."
Yeah,
or unless you do this and this and this.
Sounds like punch you in the face, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so
Jason Day's a good guy. I like Jason Day.
So they're in there, right? But for the most part,
then I go down this and I see Brooks Koepka.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yo, that's where
the season 1 of Golfers on Netflix. Yeah, we all found out who Brooks Koepka
Full
really
Swing.
is.
There you go.
Or Full Swing. Thank you.
Like Rory in Full Swing, I don't think he came across in the like. I appreciate what he did for the tour during the whole like live thing, but he did get really spicy during that time and end up having to kind of backwalk a lot of the stuff that he was clapping about when it came to the live golf versus PGA Tour. And I agreed with most of the things that he said, but I
change your mind sometimes.
I also disagreed with a lot of the things he said. I think it was not as easy as he would explain the situation sometimes. And so, I don't know, just the 10-year gap between majors and him being favored every single year and him never getting it just got kind of annoying after a while. Like after like year 5 or 6 when they're like, oh, who's your pick to win the Masters? Who's your pick to win the U.S. Open? And it was just Rory every time. I'm like, why?
Not a video game. Rory was on for a minute. I was
like, why are we choosing him? He hasn't, like, we choose him every year.
We chose him because, mind you, and for golf, it's one of those things. And this is, mind you, just from an outsider, somebody who's not there, but it seems like when there's a new guy, like we saw what the rollout for a golfer could be with Tiger. You saw how big a golfer could potentially be in media and video games and all these different things and apparel and attire. Like they're still selling Tiger Woods themed golf stuff. Well, I don't know if they are now.
Well, they got Nike still has some of their his
I'm not
shoes.
sure. I'm not sure what it looks like now. Tiger's been in a little trouble lately, but I'm sure Nike's not dropping Tiger Woods.
Well,
you know what I mean? So
they did.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
I'm sure they did.
That's why he's got Sunday Red, his whole brand now. They don't. I mean.
But they still sell Tiger stuff at Nike?
They from like old like models.
There you go.
Like
they're still selling his stuff. Like I'm pretty sure Adidas isn't selling any Kanye stuff anymore.
They officially ended their partnership, 27-year-long partnership in January of 2024.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I know, and that's how much I don't follow golf.
Well, I think Nike pulled off. Nike really pulled off on the golf. That was kind of what they're like. Okay, we know that we're not really winning here. Titleist and all the other ones kind of win.
Well, and also like by 2024, Tiger was not Tiger no more. Like I mean, he stopped being Tiger Woods in like
when did the accident happen? The one where he rolled his car.
Oh, like 2009, brother.
Oh, like last week.
Elin Nordegren?
No. I'm talking about the one recently where he rolled his car.
3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
No, there was. This is sad. That there's multiple, but
like
there was one like 3 years ago.
the first one, Genesis. Yeah,
when he rolled his car and damn near lost his leg. That was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I forget the exact year that it happened, but I mean that wasn't
February 23rd, 2021.
2021.
80 and a 45.
After that,
to get there.
That is when the legend of Tiger ended.
Yeah. Oh, officially, but on the course, I think it ended much sooner than that. Like,
well,
he got in there. I think he won one thing, and we celebrated. Like, yes, Tiger finally.
He won the Masters in 2019. That was the
last that was the coup de grace for the most part. But the point I'm making is people saw how marketable, Tiger Woods and a golfer could be, taking the account that he was a black golfer, on top of that. But yes, Rory was young and he was kind of fun and everything at that point when Tiger was going. People invested in him really, really early. Like he was super young at that point. And we were like, yes, man, Rory's the new guy. I think he'd won a couple big tournaments at that point. And so it was like, yes, this is who we invest in right now. This is our future. And then it turned out for a while he wasn't as good, but also being a D-bag. But again, being a D-bag in golf is par for the course. Pun intended, I guess.
So yeah, where the show beef stems from is that I do not like Rory, and Andy Dirt Johnson absolutely slobs Rory and everything that he does. And so me not liking Rory and me not wanting him to win and not selecting him in my pool for the Masters this year.
Blasphemous, probably.
Oh yeah, it's just to Dirt. It's like I don't know. It's like I said that his kid's ugly, and his kid is adorable. I never even said that. For Rory, it's just I just don't like him. Is he a good golfer?
There's some dudes.
He's an amazing golfer. He does like 4 things around Rory where I'm just like, oh my god. And I was just like, this dude, but he's still annoying and he's still a douche to me.
There are some people that are just hard to root for.
Yeah,
we all have those people in sports. I'm trying to think of who mine is. That I just can't get behind you.
Yeah,
like as good as you are, can't
do it.
Like I love Jokic. Every time I watch Jokic play, I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you that says I'm supposed to be the best player in the world right now. Like, you look kind of dumpy. You just kind of flip a shot up and it goes in. It's like, man, you're not supposed to be cold, but you are out here destroying everybody. Yeah, that's but I think Jokic is cool, but
that's a good one. I'll leave this to the listening audience out there if you want to contribute to the show. 503-864-6326. Is there an athlete that no matter how good they are, how great they are, you just cannot root for them? You can't get behind them. They could be a great person too, and you're just like, it's kind of like the it's the punchable face thing. Like
Mark Madsen.
Mark Madsen?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go back. The Lakers, they're three-peat with Kobe and with Shaq. Freaking
Madsen.
White man Mark Madsen.
Mark Madsen was.
I don't know if he's still a college coach. Like I think he went on to do.
It says
he was the definition of an energy guy.
It says he says he's Cal's head coach.
There you go. So he is. He is still Cal's head basketball coach. Back in the day, man, he was such a I think Shaq even had to take everybody aside on the Lakers and say, like, yo, Mark, not into that. He's not into the girls thing. He's not into, like, the strippers thing. He's not into, like, the flashy spending money thing. And, like, I think Shaq set him up with, like, suits because Mark just didn't really know how to be in the NBA. He didn't really know the look that you're supposed to have. But then on top of that, just did not really live the lifestyle that the other guys do. But I'm sorry. It's just very annoying to me to watch a very, very white guy celebrating in just the weirdest way.
Wow.
Like at a
racist against his own kind.
Yeah. What the racist against what are you talking
about?
Living
your whiteness, Mark Madsen, man.
I'm pointing out dorkiness.
This poor bastard, Mark Madsen, averaged 2.2 points in his NBA career. And here's Jordan saying that just watching him enjoy his life and celebrate his victories.
No, watching him
come in
off the bench with that look in his eyes, like, whoa, what do I do? He looked like a 4-year-old puppy every time he walked onto the court.
Well,
Come on.
You call him a puppy, but Basketball Reference is telling me his nickname was Mad Dog.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Mad Dog. Puppy.
Yeah, Mad Dog Madsen. He was a beast.
Mad Dog Madsen.
Yeah, he was a beast, man. When he was in college, he was pretty good. But
I love how it took me 4 seconds. Oh yeah, that guy.
We already got one text on it. Someone said something about Tyler Hansbrough from University of North Carolina.
That's a good one.
Just irritated the crap out of me.
When he broke his nose, didn't you kind of like smile a little bit?
What was his nickname? Didn't they call him like
Psycho T?
Psycho T. That's a great nickname.
Yeah.
Add Jimmer Fredette to that list too.
That's a great. You didn't like Jimmer?
Well, it wasn't really that I didn't like him at the time, but I've read that his failure to really become a team player in the NBA is kind of what sent him over to like China. Like, guess what? I'm this great college scorer. Dude, that's not how the NBA works. Never adapted, refused, and kind of had an attitude about it from what I've seen. So, wow, your punchable face looks even more punchable after hearing those reports.
So yeah, I mean that's my personal one of my athletes. I'm sure there's other ones out there. Basically anybody who dons a Eagles jersey for the most part.
Jalen Hurts is a good dude though.
See, that's the thing. Is like Jalen Hurts for the most part is pretty chill, but well, if you
Saquon seems pretty cool.
If you've read the most recent articles, maybe he's not so chill. But
what about Dak Prescott?
Dak?
Yeah,
I love Dak.
I know, but. Doesn't he have like a punchable face? Kind of comes across.
Absolutely not.
No,
he has a kissable face. I'd kiss that man right on the cheek.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with that.
What happened with?
I think Dak deserves better.
By the way,
is what I say.
I'd give him the European Italian. Mwah.
Was that him or the wifey? What happened with that? That's like the biggest offseason story in the NFL. Man, is Dak Prescott's very explosive end to his engagement before the marriage.
It's all just a big misunderstanding. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Don't need to worry. Nothing to see here. Move it along. So, yeah, text in 503-864-6326. Is there an athlete that, regardless of how good they are, how great of a person, all the accolades, whatever they do, that you just cannot get behind? Because it's Rory McIlroy for me, and if he ends up pulling off this Masters victory again 2 years in a row, Andy Dirt Johnson is going to be one of the most insufferable people on this planet to me. And also, his Giants are taking on my Orioles this weekend, and the Giants already won the first game of the series last night.
Get it together, Rose.
So I could be screwed.
Get it together.
Should I pull a Danny Meringue and call in sick Monday?
I mean, I would. You feel something in your
not face my losses.
Tickle in the throat.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here, man.
All right. Again, text in 503-864-6326. YouTube, we are live there as well, so you can contribute on the chat. We will get to more Masters talk because, I mean, we just got to get to what Rory did yesterday. What's been going down out there? We have to get to Bryson DeChambeau. You want to talk about douchers? We got to talk about how he missed the cut yesterday because it was epic. Watched it live. It was great TV. We got to talk about a little victory last night. This is something that I'm going to piggyback off of the morning show guys because they've noted, obviously, a lot of people have noted this year, the tanking, the terrible games that we're getting in the NBA, and what they've been noting is the deficits of games on a nightly basis, like how much our team's winning by. I want to go through what we saw last night in the NBA because it's just another tally on the belt about how bad this season has been with tanking and non-competitive games down the stretch here, including one game, which I want to get to, that was on the slate last night. That was will go down in history as one of the more sad NBA displays ever.
Oh, I think I know where we're going with that one.
You think you know what game I'm talking about?
I saw that.
Do that. Look at some playoff picture scenario stuff. Who knows what else we'll get to it. We'll fill the 2 hours. I'm confident. I am confident we will fill the 2 hours of this radio program. But first, let's get to your 500 Blazers. It's official. They will be 500 this year. No worse than 500 after their victory last night against Clippers, 116-97. We do that next. Sports Saturday. Joe Fisher, Rashad Taylor, Fan Sports Network.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
Welcome back in Sports Saturday. Talking to Rashad about playing some golf rounds recently, and I said, I was like, yeah, last week I played Sunday, I played last Thursday, and I played last Friday. And what did you say?
Man, I did 9 holes with my uncles and was like, this is it, guys. Let's wrap this up. It's too much. Because number one, you're I assume, Joe, you're much better at golf than me. We'll go ahead and say that.
I would hope so. Am I good? No. Am I better than you? I would.
Don't worry. I talked to an old dude out there. I forget his name. Shout out to him. My son and I were going
dude.
No, my son and I were going to Glendoveer.
Old dude, if you're listening.
If you're listening, sir, he knows who he is. He knows who he is. But I was going to Glendoveer. My son and I just going to the driving range. And, he saw my son and I walking. He was like, hey, you going to play, young man? He was like, yeah. He was like, do you like golf? I was like, yeah. I'm not very good, though. And the guy goes, don't worry. I've been playing for 40 years. I'm still trying. I'm still not very good. I'm still getting better. You'll be getting better all the time. And I was like, that's the thing. There are people, that feel like as good as I am, I suck in comparison to whoever or whatever the norm or the standard might be in that little group. So yeah, man, I think you can always kind of get better at golf, even into your 60s and stuff like that. So I'm okay with it. My father-in-law is
he's a stick.
Oh my God.
He's great out
there. Oh my God. Wherever you want on the field. You want
to
throw
it in
the shade? When we put it in the shade, boom,
yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a shade golfer.
If he wants to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to just get this over. It's a par 3? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, we're done. Moving on. I'm like, whoa. No way.
Well, I mean, your standard is different. The standard for everyone, whether they are good or not, or if they suck or not, that's because someone could say like, oh, I'm not a good golfer, and he's going out, shooting 90s. I'm like, dude, you're pretty good. Like, that's not just walking out there grabbing some clubs and not knowing what you're doing. If you're shooting a 90, like, I'll call you a good recreational golfer.
I'm not shooting a 90.
Gee, I wish I could shoot a 90.
Yeah.
I'll call you a good recreational. If you're in the hundreds, it's like, you're starting to lose me a little bit. That's where I can be sometimes, though. I had a really bad round last week where I was in 2 weeks ago where I was in the 100.
There's some par 4s to become par 9s for me.
Yeah.
So
that's I forgot how to golf hole.
Yeah. I mean, like, I just can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, the standard for a lot of people is different. The standard for this Blazers organization is very high. It's very high every year, and it's usually playoffs. Make the playoffs. This franchise has always been competitive. Well, they have now returned to 500 record territory. This is the first time since 2020, 2021 that the Blazers will finish with a 500 or better record after beating the Clippers last night. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been telling y'all all season.
Hello?
I told you all season. I said 40 wins a long time ago, and nobody believed me. You all doubted me. Well,
That's
guess
true.
what?
I did say 38 wins when it was like a month ago or something like that.
True.
Look at that. And
I
honestly,
told you they do it.
I will say they did it last night in a very surprising fashion.
100%.
Because normally they lose that game. After
do.
giving up a 20-point lead in I think they had it in the second quarter.
That get like the San Antonio game 2 nights before?
No. They had a early lead.
They were up like 18.
The third quarter
against San
almost bit
Antonio.
them in
They
the
never
ass
got
that
up
game.
that high.
No, it was. What's the San? No, the game. Who was the game before that? Before San Antonio? Forgive me.
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's the one
there
you're
it is.
thinking
I'm
of.
sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah. So yeah, when the Clippers came back and ended up taking the lead in the third and had it in the fourth quarter, I was just like, all right, here we go. I think that was the first time ever I've seen this team emphatically close out a game. Actually, I take that back. It happened. I saw them actually. I was in the Moda Center for this when they took on like the Heat earlier in the season, like back in January.
That was a good game.
This was very similar to this. Is that the Blazers got a big lead?
I was at the game too.
The Heat ended up coming back, closing the deficit, and then the Blazers ran away within the fourth quarter. That's the only other time I feel like I've seen this team do that. And the other thing I'll give credit is just anytime you play a healthy Kawhi Leonard and you're able to get out of there with a win, to me is just like that. That's huge. That's huge.
Listen, I was so impressed because number one, Kawhi is he's just a savant. Like
he's having one of his best seasons.
This is his scoring. This is his best season that he's ever had, which is insane to say because Kawhi Leonard's already won 2 championships. So this is his best scoring season that he has ever had in the NBA, which is just again insane to say. But to watch how the Blazers kind of bottled him up on defense in certain aspects, like every time he tried to turn left, there was a defender there. He gets ready to spin the other way. There's another one there. Like he had 24, but he worked for 10 for 20 on the night, which is 50%, which is awesome, right from the field. But he just didn't look like Kawhi at certain points because the Blazers did such a good job of defending him. The MVP of this game for me, and I understand what the box score says, but the MVP of this game was Matisse Thybulle. But his defense changes everything. It changes the way the Blazers can play. When they have this defensive unit of Thybulle, Kamara, Drew, Chris Murray, and Robert Williams on the floor, they cause havoc. And then you throw Scoot in there for one of those dudes. They are all over the place defensively. If this team can play anything like they played last night in the playoffs, I'm not saying they beat San Antonio, or I'm not saying they beat OKC. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is they can make that really competitive because they got a bunch of dudes that play really good defense. Obvious defense last night was awesome. He was all over the place. He wasn't committing fouls. That last possession, I think he was maybe Chris Dunn might have had the ball, and I can't remember. But Avia was on his ass the entire time. You dribble forward, I'm right there. You try to back me down, I'm still there. I went for the pump, it didn't go. Like his defense was much improved, and he even talked about it at the end of the game. If this team can play like that, just on the defensive end, like I think they're as talented as anybody else in the league.
Well, and again, the Blazers aren't 100% healthy. They still are without Jeremy Grant, Vit Krejci. But I think that performance last night, and it's funny how like they don't beat good teams very often, but somehow they've beat the Clippers twice now in a week. And again, a Clippers team where you look at the record, you look at where they're at in the standings, and it should be like, okay, well they're not that good. They've been very, very good for the last 3 months now.
No, they've been insane.
6-21. They have like one of the best records in the league since whatever mark, since that point. So this is a good Clippers team, even after they made the move for Darius Garland and shipping Ivica Zubac. I mean, they sent Zubac away, and Brook Lopez is still doing Brook Lopez things at whatever age he's at doing. I don't know when the Blazers or the league's going to figure out, hey, he can shoot threes. I don't know if you noticed. He's been doing that the last few years.
Right? A lot.
You might want to stop that. But outside of that, yeah, I hear you. It was a very refreshing defensive performance after what we've seen the last two games against contending teams. And yeah, it's reassuring going into this last game against, I believe it's the Kings that they're playing. Which, I mean, I can get some minutes against the Kings.
Yeah,
and the Blazers are going to play it.
16.5-point favorite.
The Kings did win last night, didn't they?
Huh?
The Kings did win last night, didn't they?
I have no idea. I'm not keeping track of Kings basketball at this point in time.
Didn't they beat the Warriors?
Possibly. I don't care.
I think I'm kind of with Schulte on that. I did see at one point the game was close in the third quarter, but that is all that I saw from that game.
I see a Kings team that should be much better than they actually are. Well, for whatever. No, I mean, look at their roster. They should be better than they are, but they're not.
124-118.
Yeah, but they're not. So I see
that
a team
doesn't sound like a tanking Kings team to me.
I see a team that really is looking to play spoiler for this Blazer squad. I expect them to play incredibly hard, especially if Westbrook is their guy. But at the end of the day, if the Blazers, if this is who they are, and we still haven't seen this team fully healthy. You got Shaedon back last night, which was awesome, right?
Yeah, I totally forgot to mention that. That was refreshing to see him back. You know, I did not.
28 games we haven't seen Shaedon.
I was going to say I didn't think we were going to see him for the rest of the season. I thought he was done.
I think it's a good idea to let him get some burn just before the season ends. Get him a couple games. He played 15 minutes last night, had 8 points.
Yeah, you got to let him shake out
some rebounds and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, Shaedon played really well for coming back. 3 for 10, but I don't expect him to come back just killing out the gate. But 8 points, 4 boards in your 15 minutes, I'm good with that. But Denny Avia, man, I'll never care what y'all say.
He was great last night.
I will never care what you guys say. He is a number one scorer. He is a number one scorer on the team. Blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. He is so efficient. 11 for 19, 35 points. He does that every night.
He has not been shooting the 3-point particularly well over the last 3 months.
Don't care,
honestly,
because he can get to the rack whenever.
On that, he's near 30%. It's getting bad.
Yeah.
Since his injury, his 3-point shot has gone down.
Guess what? Don't care. He gets to the rack whenever he wants.
It's kind of important.
Giannis doesn't have a 3-point shot. He gets to the rack whenever he wants. If it goes in during a layup, why do I care if he can shoot threes?
I hear you. If it's part of your game, great. I mean, he still had 35 last night, going 1 for 6. I understand where it's like if it can complement your game and you're still effective offensively scoring and driving other areas like that, then okay, yes, you don't need to be an absolute knockdown 3-point shooter. I am just pointing out the fact.
I get it. You're right.
Well,
you're not wrong.
What if that's just injuries, guys?
His 3-point has diminished exponentially since his injury.
That's fine.
It's the highest.
Well, it's not fine.
No, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He had. I'm going to let you finish, Jordan. Forgive me.
No, you're fine.
He had 1 3-pointer, shot it 6 times, missed 9 shots total. So that means 6 of those shots that he missed were 3-pointers. Then he missed 3 layups in between there for 35 points. Like, and 12 of those were from free throws. Okay, that's cool. So 23 of those points were just him getting to the rack whenever I want to, doing, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I totally understand, like, with him not being able to shoot the 3 because the NBA is so 3-point reliant for most teams. But you're talking about a dude who can get you 30 points against a good defensive player like Kawhi Leonard and do it like just all layups. No problem. Nobody can stop me. One of the quickest first steps that we see in the NBA. And once he gets the ball and he's driving and you're backpedaling trying to get there and he's coming at you, 2 points.
I mean, he has the highest usage rate that he ever has per game in his career, so he's obviously taken more shots. And I think it's kind of it's a game of figuring out, where you best fit. And some of these bad shots, I don't know if it is injury. Let's say it is, maybe shooting threes off the dribble right now isn't what he's best at because he's trying to get back to 100%. But guys, I don't think you can argue if he 24 points a game, if you can combine that with, I think last season he shot around 37% from 3-point land. That could get him to like 30 a game. At that point, I don't think anybody can deny, man, that puts him, if he's shooting a 36% clip and doing what he's doing this season, combine those two on the offensive end, guys, he's a top 10, top 12 option offensively in the NBA. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, you say that, but then when you go through every team and point out their star, it's just like, oh, okay.
I mean, he'd be doing like near 30 a game at that point. I hear what you're saying. I do. I get it. That's kind of why it's more wishful thinking, but I'm kind of maybe with you on this, Joe. It's like injury might be the reason here. So if he comes back healthy and he kind of finds that flow, shoots those threes, maybe coming off a screen as opposed to off the dribble where he's trying to like drive to the hoop, ooh, we could unlock something.
Well, again, it's just when you go through the rest of the league, I know we love our guys here. And this is what, when I talk about Denny, where I'm like, dude, yeah, he's really good offensively, but on like a championship contending team, he's not the number one, like plain and simple. Because when I look at the East, I mean, the Detroit Pistons, they have a Cade Cunningham, a number 1 overall pick who's turned into a bona fide star. The Celtics have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Do you want Denny over those two?
I mean, Cade Cunningham is a triple-double threat every night, more so than Denny for sure.
I mean, but I think they both have the same amount of triple-doubles this year, so what are we talking about?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
what are we saying?
I'm talking about the Celtics
player. And Cade doesn't have the amount of scores that I know you have to break, so yeah.
Well, I know, and I'm just saying, like, the top 10, 12 scorer in the league, it's like, Jalen Brunson is over in New York. He's a pretty good scorer. Donovan Mitchell over in Cleveland, pretty good scorer.
Well, hold on, because last year was Tyrese Halliburton the best scorer in the league?
Yeah, I mean, he's still alive as far as I'm concerned. So when he comes back next year, does he drop down to top 30 guy
He was
now?
somebody that was considered the most overrated player in the league, and he took his team to the finals. Like, all that stuff doesn't matter. Do you get buckets when you're on the floor? And yes, Denny gets buckets. His numbers went down because Drew came back. Drew came back, was the primary ball handler, and then his numbers went down. That's kind of what's happened over the last 2 months.
Well, he got injured, too.
He did get injured,
And I don't think he's 100%. He might be around, like, the 90, but...
Denny was averaging right around 25 before Drew came back, and then he came back, and his numbers kind of dipped a little bit. Like, that's kind of what's happening. And then they came up again, back to 24. So that's what's been happening with Denny. Like, it's just the fact that there's a lot of dudes on this team, and a lot of dudes on this team that shoot the 3.
All right, we're way up against it there. Went on a Denny tangent. But let's talk about the Blazers in the playoffs, because at this point, they control their own destiny. If they beat the Kings on Sunday, then they will be the 8th seed. So let's talk about the potential matchups. If it gets you going at all, if you'd rather see the longest run possible or the shortest run possible for this team, Blazers playoffs next, Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trail Blazers getting their 41st win of the season last night. against the LA Clippers at Moda Center, 116-97 the final. Just heard us arguing about Denny Avdia leading all scorers with 35 points, 11 of 19 from the floor, just 1 of 6 from three-point land, though. 12 of 13 from the free-throw line. Donovan Clingan having a great night as well. 18 points and 13 rebounds for another double-double. The Blazers finishing up the regular season on Sunday at Moda against the Sacramento Kings, of course. Winning that game would ensure the 8th seed in the play-in for Portland going into next week. Over to the Masters in Augusta. Rory McIlroy having an absolute bang-up round 2. Going into today at 12 under overall, leading the field by 6 strokes. Sam Burns, Patrick Reed in second place, both at 6 under, getting going near noon today. And Rory actually getting going with Sam Burns near noon as well. A couple of golfers already on the course right now. Looks like you've got Sepp Straka out there on the 5th. He's at 1 under, tied for 20th. Patrick Cantlay and Sungjae Im, as well as Harris English, all on the court as well, or on the course as well, excuse me. Harris on the 2nd, and Sungjae Im and Patrick Cantlay on the 3rd green right now. Timbers getting in action today. They are hosting LAFC at Providence Park. You've got coverage getting going right here on the Fan Sports Network at 12:45. Game gets going at 1:45. Can be watched on Apple TV. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.
All right, back in here. Damn it, Rashad, distracting me.
I apologize.
Asking MVP conversations in the commercial break. That's supposed to be a segment.
I used to get a lot of talks excessively in class on my report card.
Who
comments.
is your MVP?
I did too, Rashad.
Did you? I was just a talkative guy, man.
Please
friendly.
talk to Jordan about excessive talking. Would you stop?
Now I don't talk at all when I'm around people. Like, we're good.
Blazers. Talked about them getting the dub last night. They will be playing in the play-in. It's just a matter of if they're playing in the 7-8 or the 8-9 matchup.
So dumb. I will forever hate the play-in, by the way.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pointless.
I don't mind it.
If the Blazers were the actual 8th seed, then they'd be in the playoffs. Like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
This is so dumb.
20
teams?
Guess what?
20 NBA teams in the possible playoff? What are we talking about?
I was going to say, is it time to turn my headset volume down? Are we about to get Jordan going here?
No, I think that's about all I got.
Making my ears bleed here.
Sorry, buddy.
If they win their game on Sunday, if the Portland Trailblazers beat the Sacramento Kings on Sunday, they will take on the Phoenix Sun on Tuesday at 7 o'clock in Phoenix. That game will be on Prime Video. If they lose against the Kings and the Clippers win their final game against, I don't know, they will be the 9 seed.
I think they play the Warriors.
And let me see here. Yes, they do play the Warriors. The Clippers play the Warriors in their final game. And if they beat the Warriors and the Blazers somehow lose to the Kings, then the Blazers would get the 9 seed, and then they would play the Golden State Warriors in the 9 seed versus 10 seed matchup in Portland on Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Don't want to go to that game.
If Portland is in that 7 versus 8 seed game, if they win it, they will be the 7 seed. And then they would take on the San Antonio Spurs in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, they're cooked.
If the Blazers end up in, if they play the 7 versus 8 seed game, lose, and end up in the 8 seed game where they would take on either the Clippers again, it would be the third time in like 2 weeks, or it would be the Golden State Warriors. That would be the 8 seed game. If you win that 8 seed game, then you would take on the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the playoffs. Any of these scenarios, out of all of them, out of getting the 9 seed and losing right away, all the way to getting the 7 seed and playing the Spurs in the first round, do you have any preference of any outcome here? Because my preference for the outcome is personally get this over with as soon as possible and get us to the offseason.
Yeah.
I've appreciated how competitive this team has been all season. I feel like over the last 3 months, this season has been very boring because they have had no stakes really up until last night, and they played a lot of bad teams down the stretch. And even when they played good ones, a lot of teams were sitting good players. So the last 3 months of this season has just felt like a slog. And now that we have new ownership who seems pretty feisty and wanting to make some changes, I kind of just want to get to that point. Like, all right, if we're going to make changes, let's start doing it. And let's not delay this anymore. Okay, sure, you can get a few more, a bit more revenue from gate ticket money for these playoff games, get a little excitement, sell that hope as you've been doing the last 20, 30 years. But to me, I'm just kind of like, if we're going to lose to the Warriors, just get it over with. If we're going to end up in the 7-8 seed, the 7 seed game, whatever, lose it. Let's just get this over with and get to the offseason for the love of God, please.
I mean, I'm a little more glass half full.
I know you and I, you are definitely more of you see the positives of this situation more so than other people.
I think grace is important, just as a person. And we've talked about this on the show ad nauseum, man. This team has been successful under the craziest of circumstances.
It's been a very funky season.
It's been a really, really weird season. You got a new owner. You got a new coach, essentially. You lost more than half of your team to injuries.
Well, throughout the season, you seemingly always had 1 to 3 or 4 guys out.
Yeah, seriously. And they weren't just guys that were
inconsequential.
No, these were guys that looked like they were becoming major cogs, of this Blazers organization. And then all of a sudden, pretty much everybody important, with the exception of Donovan Clingan and Tumani, and I'm knocking on wood here, missed significant time all season. Mm-hmm. Everybody, every impact player on this team. The Blazers.
I'll throw Rob Williams in there. The only games he missed was just because of the management part of it.
which is fine. You know what I'm saying, for Rob, and he's been just such a pleasant surprise. So you're not really tripping. I just look at all that stuff and everything that's gone on for this team and said they're not supposed to be in the playoffs. any other team with this stuff going on is not supposed to be there. Number one, that tells me they're mentally tough. Number two, and this is something that, I mean, it's a stat, right? And you take it how you want to. But there's only one team in the league this year that's beaten the Nuggets, the T-Wolves, the Thunder, the Lakers, the Clippers, who else? The Rockets. Every team, the Spurs, there's only one team in the league that's beaten all them dudes. You know who it is?
Really?
It's the Trailblazers.
Are they the only team that have beaten the Thunder, the Spurs, the Lakers, the Nuggets?
I saw that stat like earlier this week and was like, there's no way. I was like, man, yeah. Spurs beat them.
I don't believe
Rockets beat them twice in a row, actually. You know, the Lakers beat them. Mind you, without a lot of players on each team, but it shows that.
I was going to say, that Lakers win, they didn't have Luka.
We didn't have our guys either. Like, I mean, so, it's safe to say that. We got to remember, like, we didn't have Scoot until beginning of March, something like that. We didn't have. The Thibault was out. Thibault and Wesley were out for a long time. Now Wesley can't even get back on the court because everybody's back. So all I'm saying is, with the bodies that the Blazers have, like, is it impossible? No. But is it unlikely? Absolutely. I think it's very, very unlikely that they beat either one of these teams. Who do I think they have the best chance against? I would probably say the Spurs team.
The one that they just lost to by 20 without Victor Wembanyama and Stephen Castle.
That's best case scenario.
Yeah. That's the. If we're being honest, like, I don't believe they can beat the Thunder with, you know, everybody like in 7 games. I think they'll get a game, maybe 2, but yeah. But the Spurs, I think they'll get maybe 2 games. If they got 3, it'd be crazy. Went to 7, I don't think it will. But I mean, if there is one team that I'm like, okay, I would guess I would take the Spurs. The matchup is better. Outside of that, it's like,
I'll just give them the 4 games. And you're like, you know what? Sweep. We don't need to do this. You guys go have fun in the second round. We'll go to the offseason.
What about
we don't need to play.
What about all the playoff experience for the young guys, Joe? Hey, seriously, that's about the only positive I see here, guys, is if the Blazers do make an actual playoff series. You're right. Best case scenario, it would be against the Spurs, which would be the least talented team they would be facing in a 7-game series. Now, yeah, getting Shaden out there, you know, getting Scoot out there for some minutes, getting Klint Kong out there, great. But I don't want what happens so often in Blazerland to happen again. And I feel like we are so good at getting attached to mediocre players here, players that, as we've been arguing about, Denny Avdia, is he a true superstar or is he a Portland Trailblazers quote-unquote superstar? Let me remind you guys of what happened with CJ McCollum, who was a very good player, right, in Portland. Extremely good, but I think we all would agree that him paired with Damian Lillard was not the best way to go for a title for a decade because he played no defense. And you can't pair a no-defense guard with another no-defense guard. Looking back on that, hindsight's 2020. But what did we start with CJ about? How did we get on his mountain? Oh my goodness, this huge playoff series he had where he hadn't played much in 2014, 2015 came out. The Blazers lost the first round, but he had 20-plus point, a 30-point performance in that series and had a coming out party. I don't want that to happen this year where we get on some guy that like gets the Blazers, some star power here in Portland, but overall in the NBA isn't going to make a damn bit of difference. And I think with Joe's path here, with just ending the season as quickly as possible, it won't give anybody a chance to say, we need to hire Tiago. We need to keep those guys.
I'm so
sick
confused.
of that.
I'm so confused because on this show and every other show across this network, we sat here and said, we need more from the Blazers. We need to see them more competitive. We need to see them. Playoffs needs to be something that they're shooting for. They need to do this, and we need to see them. They finally get here. And now I hear the both of y'all saying, let's just get this over with, because what's the point of being in the playoffs if you're only going to be the 7th seed and lose? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You cannot have it both ways. Pick one. Either you want to suck, either you're going to suck and be in this purgatory that you've been in forever, or you're going to be happy with the fact that you're moving forward. If this were any other years outside these play-in years, they, like Jordan said, they would be in the playoffs. We'd be celebrating. But the fact that they play so if they were playing any other team in this first round, would we still be as pessimistic? Like, what are we talking about?
Because we've seen this. Like, how many times have they been 8 seeds? How many times have they been 7 seeds? How many times they've done the play-in? They've gotten a 3 seed. They got swept. Like, I don't care about this stuff anymore. I don't care. I care about contending for championships and getting a new ownership that is like basically coming in right now and being like, hey, you guys are good for you, pat on the back. But this is,
then if we don't care, we can't bitch and moan about us not winning. If we don't really care, like we're sick of like just making the playoffs and just being there,
I'm not going to sit here though and hit my boomsticks and be all stoked about being 41-41. Is it better than the last couple of years? Yeah. But again, as we started with the segment 2 segments ago, there are standards for everyone are different.
For sure.
Everybody has different standards, and for me, I say it ad nauseum. I feel like I say it week in and week out. My personal standards for my sports teams at this point in my life are: if you're not contending for a championship and you're not even close to it, then why should I be proud of what's going on? Until we see an even bigger jump, going from 41 wins to 50, it's like, you got my attention. It's the whole Calvin Candy. You had my curiosity. That's what it is right now. You have my curiosity, but can you get my attention?
So they went from 33 wins to essentially what they probably went 30, huh?
They went from 30. They got 36 last year.
36 wins to now they're 142 and go, potentially 41.
Yeah, it's an improvement. All right, cool.
All right.
Make the playoffs.
They're essentially 3 games off of what the 7 seed would be.
It's all.
Would
cool.
this still be the conversation if they were the 7 seed right now?
Cool. That's fine. It's all fine. I'm not mad about being in the playoffs. Get it over with though. Get it over with. Get to the off season. Do something else besides what we've been doing the last 5 years, and quite honestly, 10 years before that when we had Damian Lillard and didn't give anything to support him. So, I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for something different. And, I'll watch these last couple games, but the sooner that we can just get to the offseason and get to this new era, the Dundon era, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just getting impatient is all. What are we going to do here next? We're way up against it. Let's do just some playoff breakdown just because some teams have clinched some things, clinched some scenarios. Take a look at the rest of the league and the Western Conference as well. Do that next here. Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network.
Nicer weather means it's time for some exterior upgrades to the home. Hey, it's...
We back. We back, boo. I hit my girlfriend with a boo the other day.
I was about to say. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Call my girl, and I called boo for like 15 years.
Yeah, why though?
I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I was just maybe I had a couple pops in me. I was feeling myself, a little bit of liquid courage. Just text her, "What you doing, boo?" Hit her on the Excel spreadsheet.
Did she? I'm sure your late text back. What?
She's like, don't ever call me that again. Toots. Hey, sweet teas, what you up to, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, kid. Why did you ever call a girl kid? That's so weird.
Man, the 40s and 50s were a weird
that
time.
was odd.
NBA playoffs. Damn it! I just had the whole standings and breakdown. It was a solid tweet that laid everything out for me because some things have been clinched in the NBA playoff race and scenarios and matchups and whatnot and what have you. So what you got in the East is Pistons 1 seed. Celtics have clinched the 2 seed.
Shout out to the Celtics, man. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. He should be the MVP. That's mine.
Jason Tatum's
That's
back.
mine. They are not supposed to be good. Without Jason Tatum, come on, stop it.
Well, I mean, again, you can say that about 4 other
No,
teams.
you can't. They're not supposed to be this good without Jason
You're
Tatum.
right. Jokic doesn't play on the Nuggets. They're definitely the 3 seed still.
Jokic is very much different. Jokic is the walking triple-double.
I like how you couldn't tell you couldn't say that.
Jokic is very different.
That's right.
Yeah,
They'd be a
Jokic
3 seed without Jokic
Jokic is
still.
very different.
For sure. Okay, so Pistons 1 seed, Celtics have clinched the 2 seed, Knicks have the 3 seed, Celtics have the Cavaliers have the 4 seed. That is your 1, 2, 3, 4 in the East. The Atlanta Hawks, they have clinched no worse than the 6 seed. So they will either be the 5 seed and take on the Cavaliers, or they will be the 6 seed and take on the New York Knicks.
Shout out to the Hawks, too.
Yeah.
Killing this year.
Caca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, right?
CJ McCollum?
Yeah.
CJ McCollum's going to the playoffs.
Look at him.
Yeah.
The Toronto Raptors can finish anywhere between 5th and 8th place. So they have a lot to be decided still. They can where they're going to fall in the standings and if they're going to be in the play-in. The Magic and the 76ers both can finish anywhere between the 6th and the 8th seed. They can get the 6th seed and take on the Knicks, or they can be the 7 or 8 seed and play in that play-in game there. And then the Hornets and Heat are locked into the 9 and 10. It's just a matter of what happens tomorrow on Sunday's action. Who's the 9 seed? Who's the 10 seed? So your 9-10 seed matchup in the East will be Hornets versus the Heat. And then your 7-8 match in the East still to be decided between the Raptors, Magic, and 76ers. We clear? We good?
Got it.
Western Conference. OKC 1 seed, Spurs 2 seed, Lakers and Denver still vying for the 3 seed and 4 seed, so that will be decided. The Rockets are the 5 seed. So the Rockets will play either the Lakers or the Nuggets in the first round. The Timberwolves are the 6 seed. They will play either the Lakers or the Nuggets in the first round. Quite frankly, if I'm the Nuggets, I would rather play the Rockets in the first round. I don't want anything to do with Anthony Edwards in the first round. That's just me personally.
I mean, I don't think the Rockets want anything to do with him either. I mean, he pretty much put KD out the playoffs last year when he was with Phoenix. So,
well, I mean, the Rockets won't play the Timberwolves in the first round. If they were to face him, it would have to be in the
next round.
It'd have to be in the conference finals, actually.
Oh, is that how it's broken down? Okay, yeah.
Yes, because, again, Rockets are the 5 seed. They'll play either the Nuggets or the Lakers. If the Rockets were to win that series, they would then go and play the Thunder in the next one, and then they would have to miraculously pull off an upset there. So, all right, Timberwolves are the 6 seed, and as we talked about in the previous segments, the Suns are the 7 seed. Blazers, Clippers still to be decided on the 8-9. Warriors are the 10 seed there. So yeah, still some things to be sorted out, but last night that helped getting the top of the East cleared up with the 2 through 4 seed, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. I hear you though on the Hawks though, man. I mean, the turnaround that they had in their season, because they were kind of middling for a while. They weren't that great to start the year. They have had a huge turnaround. That is one of the more underrated teams in the league. Them and the Raptors both kind of under the radar this season.
Yeah, nobody really expected much from the Raptors, man. Shout out to Scotty Barnes, just really for kind of leading this young Raptors team to a better space. I thought they'd be a play-in team for sure, but they've low-key been hooping this year, man. Brandon Ingram is clearly been the best player on this team. Like Brandon Ingram, he deserves a little more credit than he ever really gets. He kind of gets the tag of like a knockoff KD or anything, but I mean, he's leading this young team. R.J. Barrett's been playing some of his best basketball that he's been able to play. So I like this Raptors team. I don't expect much from them, but as a squad to watch, they're pretty good.
The Raptors over-under win total this year was set at 39.5. So they
way overachieved.
Yeah, they definitely did. And then for the Atlanta Hawks, their over-under this season was it was 46.5 for this season, which was a lot higher than I anticipated for the Atlanta Hawks. But they're right there, 46 and 30.
The race at the bottom of the East for the play-in for the playoff spots has been crazy from 5 to 10.
Dude, it was. I mean, it was 5 through 10 was up until last night. Still all jumbled.
And so now, 10, 9, 7. All these things are still available in the East right now. But Nickeil Alexander-Walker, there are a lot of people that feel like he's going to be the most improved player this year. I think it should be Denny, but I mean that's just me. But Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's pretty much doubled his scoring output from years prior to right now. So this Atlanta team is really, really good. And C.J. McCollum is still hooping, Jordan. After all this time, C.J. McCollum's out there putting up damn near 19 points a game.
Yes. Yeah, shooting a lot. That's all he can do.
4 assists a game. What you mean?
Right? He's great. He's in the NBA. He's fine.
Steal.
Right? I don't have anything personal against C.J. McCollum.
I'm going to keep caping for C.J. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Did you see his game winner that almost went in the other night, by the way?
Did you see it almost go in, Jordan?
Almost.
Yeah.
Again, keyword almost. Yeah. Did you see that, though?
I did.
That was wild. C.J. McCollum just basically had to flick a half-court shot out of his hands, literally couldn't, jump or anything. Just literally had to flick that ball at, waist high. And it somehow went in, but it was literally 0.1, 0.2 seconds too late. Nickeil Alexander right now, best odds to win most improved player. Jalen Duren with the second best odds, and then Denny Avdia, he has the third best odds, but it's plus 7,500. So definitely not going to win. But
No, definitely not. But so we'll see, man. I think this is going to be a great playoffs. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we get a chance to see a lot of young talent right now in the playoffs. We're getting this changing of the guard type thing, right? And you look at the top of the East, and it's not necessarily the Celtics. They're up there, but it's these Pistons that everybody's really excited to see what they do in the playoffs, considering how they had their run last year. So we'll see.
Well, you know what, Rashad? How about this? I'll do this for you. I will give the support to the Blazers making the playoffs potentially, because my San Jose Sharks are they are on the cusp of being eliminated from playoff contention.
You're gonna need something to root for.
They are 4 points behind the Kings for that final wild card spot in the Western Conference with 4 games to go, and the Sharks they're losing the games that they need to win.
It's not good.
They
sounds familiar.
You got to take you play a good Nashville Predators team who's also in the playoff race. You can't lose to that team 6-3. That's what you did. You play a good Edmonton Oilers team, can't lose that 5-2. You play a really good Anaheim Ducks team, you can't lose that one 6-1.
Again, I feel like I've heard the story before.
They're falling apart at the wrong time on the calendar. So the Sharks, they're young, they're scrappy, they smell blood in the water, they smell the chum, and they're coming after the league next year. But it looks like they might miss the playoffs. So I will say thank you, Blazers. I will have some playoff basketball to enjoy and not playoff hockey.
I think we're going to the championship.
Okay. I think we're done here. I think we can move on here. Let's move on to a tradition unlike any other. The Masters at Augusta National Golf Club. Hour number 2 coming up. Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network.
Rob here for Window Nation. The weather is turning, so it's the perfect time to check those windows. Did the heat stay in? Is the cool doing the same if you turn on the AC? Well, we had that problem at our old crappy house, so we upgraded, and it's one of the best decisions we've made. We're still saving money on our energy bills, and our new double hungs continue to dazzle the Southwest Portland community. Right now at Window Nation, the more you buy, the more you save. Up to 50% off and 0% interest financing for 5 years. Free no obligation quote at windownation.com. License number OR 249065.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
Welcome in hour number 2, Sports Saturday. Joe Fisher, Rashad Taylor, Jordan Schultz hanging out with us. Jake the YouTube guy is here, social media.
Yeah, man. I love seeing Jake.
I don't know why.
Well, because I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody.
I do know why. I will not give out his transgressions on air, though.
No, yeah. We won't talk. We will talk off air about what we're doing.
Will.
Yeah, about what we're doing. But no, I asked you a question break, man, and or just before we came back on.
What?
And I guess Jordan, I'll ask you this as well, man. How are you and your wife with like practical jokes on each other or joking around?
Like pranking each other?
Yeah.
It's something
she just like did like the cold hands on my neck last night, so, and it got me laughing. I mean, but that's not to the level I think that you're
like
thinking of.
Oh no,
okay
that counts.
Stuff.
like staged pranks.
I mean, sure,
like the social media stuff.
Yeah. Like, are you talking like going overboard?
Well,
like,
maybe not overboard, but just
I'll give her a little boo. Coming around a corner or something like that.
Maybe make her think something has happened. It's not really happening, or
like I'm dead, like lying on the floor,
with like
pool of blood underneath me.
Maybe not as extreme.
Like you're humping a pillow under like a blanket, and there's like a fake head sticking out. So, have you seen that stuff? Like, is that what we're talking about? Because that's not really funny.
We're getting dressed to get food or something like that, and get all dressed, and then get like some McDonald's ordered, to the house.
She might slap me in the face on that one with the burger that we get from Mac.
We can actually go somewhere still, but let's just see what they say.
I can tell you a good prank I just pulled on my sister the other day, though. That I was very proud of myself for this one. I was like, you know what? I haven't pulled something like this one like this in a while. No, I'm happy. I'm happy with my work here. So my sister allows me to use her Amazon Prime account to get those quick shipments when I need them.
Mm-hmm.
If I need it, I don't buy stuff from Amazon all that often, but when I do, I just obviously want it now. So I'm in her Amazon account. I'm ordering some stuff. She has some stuff in her cart, so I take it out, put my stuff in there, order it, put her stuff back into her cart, and then I was like, hey, you know what else I can add in her cart? Let's go look at something that's maybe
10 inches and girthy.
And maybe something that's very detailed and veiny. And I threw that in her cart on her Amazon account and just left it there and just didn't say anything to her, nothing at all. And then about a week later, I get a message from my sister, and she's like, "Were you in my Amazon account?"
No.
And I was just like, "Why? Why do you ask?" I'm telling you, this thing was very detailed. It was not one of those, different colors with maybe some controller. Like, this thing was graphic.
Yeah,
when she opened her cart in her bag on Amazon.com and saw that thing, I'm sure I would have loved to see her reaction.
Yeah, you should have put a bunch of things on there.
Oh my God.
Just a bunch of inappropriate, just fill the cart.
I got to be careful, though, because she is letting me use her Amazon account. So if she keeps popping in and then there's some really messed up stuff in there, I'm going to lose access to her account, and then I can't watch Prime. The new season
you better go ahead and spend that $12 for. I watched the first couple episodes.
New season of The Boys just came out. I got to be able to watch that.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you into the show The Boys, Jordan?
Yes, my wife and I did not watch last season, though. We're kind of slow sometimes, so this new season just came out. We got to watch last one and the start of this one.
First episode, me and the lady are watching it last night, and this is how I know I'm cooked. I'm just straight unk status. Fell asleep before the end of the episode.
So you want to hear something crazy? I watched the first couple. I kind of watched the first couple episodes.
There was like 10, 15 minutes left, and I fell asleep, too. That's the worst.
I don't even know. I can tell you really what happened in the first 2 episodes. I was working as I was doing it, so I had finished working out, so I have the TV on. I'm just doing some work, from home and everything. So I'm listening, I'm looking up and seeing things, but I'm missing some key things. So I got to go back and watch.
Yeah, see, you can't be doing that.
I mean, hey, I was 2 birds, 1 stone. Like I said, I was kind of paying attention. But Prime is like my go-to now for like when I do stuff in the morning. I have to work out and stuff like that. They have some pretty good docs.
My go-to right now, Paramount Plus. I've been
love it.
They got all the South Parks, and I had a great time last weekend because I watched not just the first Jackass movie, not just the second one,
hell yeah,
but the third one as well.
My gosh.
I watched all 3. I know they have, I think, Jackass 4, Forever, and then they got 5, but I think that Jackass 3, that movie, that's the best one.
Is that the one with the big ass hand? Or is that the second one? Okay.
Yes, that's the bit. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's one of the best bits that they've had.
That's the best movie of all of them because they have like an actual Hollywood budget in production, and it's the last time that all of them are together. Bam, Ryan Dunn. So I mean, it's dude. Listen, dying.
I remember Jackass kind of debuting. I think I was maybe a sophomore in high school when Jackass kind of came out, like on TV. And
Johnny Knoxville getting shocked by a
like,
stun
gun.
What
is this, man? Like all the stuff was like,
oh my god!
But they were doing a lot of stuff here in Portland.
Yeah,
like so, So that's why I was like, even you see him like kind of skating and stuff like that in Pioneer Square and things. Like, okay, like they're really here in Portland a lot of the time.
It's funny. The very first bit in the Jackass movie, the first Jackass movie. The movie opens up with them coming down the big giant shopping cart, right? But then their first actual prank bit they do, it's the rent-a-car crash-up derby.
Yeah.
They rented the car from a rental car place right over by Washington Square.
Yep.
Love it.
And where they did the actual derby part of it, obviously it was somewhere around here. I don't know where, but the whole scene where they take the rental car, get it, take it to the chop shop to get it ready for a crash up derby, and then wreck it all.
Oh, that was so good.
the one when
and then he has blow up dolls in the back seat during the whole thing.
One of my favorite lines from that part, and the guy's like, "Well, you're gonna pay for this," and he goes, Johnny Knoxville goes, "Well, I ain't," and that's like one of my favorite lines. Like, yes, you're gonna pay for this.
Says it was filmed at the Demolition Derby in Salem.
There you go.
So
who knew? I didn't even know there was a demolition derby down there.
But they're also the scene where homie takes a crap at the in the toilet. That's like on 33rd and Burnside,
too,
like or 33rd and Sandy or somewhere around there. So
in the hardware store.
Yeah. So they were, they were all over.
The picture
Portland.
Of these cars is just so good.
Listen, late 90s, early 2000s, MTV is goated. Like.
Yes.
Jackass, Johnny Knoxville,
Room Raiders,
Lyricist Lounge, Room Raiders. What's the Dismissed? Next.
Yeah,
Parental Control.
Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, early MTV
so
was
trashy,
goated, man.
So trashy.
I still watch
was
it.
The best.
That's on
Hit
Paramount
My
too.
Ride.
So all that stuff's on Paramount too. So you can watch most of that on there. So I showed my wife old episodes of Next.
Oh, we had that on at
like
a party once.
Yeah.
Just put old Next episodes on. And by the way, I did see Johnny Knoxville and the rest of the Jackass crew did end up paying for the car. So on screen they said, "No, we ain't."
Yeah.
But
dude, there's no. You're getting. Yeah.
No, they paid it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things that once the camera stops rolling, they're like, "By the way, we got you."
Sorry, man.
Don't worry. Yeah, exactly.
Tom Green was really the catalyst for Jackass. The Tom Green Show, which you guys probably don't remember. Jordan, you might. I know, Joe, you definitely don't.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
But the Tom Green Show was kind of the catalyst for Jackass. So, people would be okay with some kind of stupidity like this.
So I knew that he was from this area, Aaron McGehee, Danger Aaron. He was actually born over in McMinnville, Oregon.
Look at him.
Yamhill County. Stand up.
And still alive. Good for him.
Yeah, but he worked at a skate shop in Portland. I knew he was from this area. He did something with the Portland Pickles a season or two ago. I mean, they're
how did he end up with the Jackass?
Carved out a nice little niche for himself, huh?
Yeah, I think it was probably just from skateboarding. A lot of those guys being skateboarders, professional skateboarders, linked up, and CKY guys, all that. Well, there's your Paramount Plus plug.
There you go. Go get it. I have that too.
It's awesome. Actually, you can, if you have DirecTV, you can get Paramount Plus. It's just free, and then there's a couple other ways you can get it too for free.
Hey, I got it for free somehow, some way.
I got it. You know how I got it for free? Prime.
There you go. We got to band together, figure out how to get these services for free, so that way we don't have to keep paying subscription fees. All right, wasted some time there. Let's get into some Masters talk next. Dear Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network.
Portland Perks. Looking for some...
Welcome back in Sports Saturday. Rashad was talking some New Edition here, so
I can't believe you never heard of New Edition. Never really heard of New
I know
Edition.
this song. This is the only song of theirs right now.
Listen,
I thought they did I Missed the Bus. And
that's crisscross. So listen, New Edition, for those of you who don't know,
the bus.
New Edition is essentially what I'll call them is they're the greatest boy band that ever existed. Now you can say like the Beatles or the whatever or the Jacksons.
NSYNC.
I probably wouldn't. NSYNC, and listen, I'm a big, but NSYNC will tell you New Edition is
honestly
number one.
Discography for NSYNC. It's not that deep.
Well, they only have 3 albums.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I will say this: they've got on those 3 albums, they've got cuts number 1 through 3. You know, so even on the second one, what is it? No Strings Attached is their best one.
That was a good record.
Up and down and everything like that. Yeah, no, It's Gonna Be Me was the one there.
Gonna Be Me.
But NSYNC, Backstreet Boys will tell you that they got their swag from New Edition. To being able to sing, dance, do all the stuff, like New Edition was the one. Think of them as the Wu-Tang Clan of R&B, right? So Wu-Tang Clan collectively.
What is going on right now?
Listen, Wu-Tang Clan collectively, they're the guys, they're a group, right? But individually, they all have their own kind of stuff, and they're all successful there. That's kind of what New Edition is. But we talked about Paramount. There's a whole movie or a 3-part series on Paramount about them. You and your lady check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Of course not.
I hate to break it to you.
Of course not.
I only know one.
Let's watch more Jackass and South Park, I guess.
Yes, and Wild Boys too. That's on there also. Or watch more Masters. Got you there. Nothing you can do about that.
No, not really.
That's right.
Masters is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I'm gonna have to catch the fury of one Andy Dirt Johnson if Rory McIlroy ends up pulling off his second straight Masters, because he probably will. He has the largest lead after 36 holes at the Masters, and it was all thanks to an absolute tear down the stretch yesterday in the second round. After hole 11, he was at 6 under par. He was tied with few different guys on the course, Sam Burns, Patrick Reed. I finished doing Luke Anderson's show yesterday, the happy hour, talking about the possibility of Rory McIlroy and Patrick Reed on Sunday going after it, down the stretch, back and forth. Well, Rory and Patrick Reed, they might be in that final pairing on Sunday, but I don't think it's going to be close because Rory McIlroy is up 6 strokes.
Yeah, he's kind of killing it.
He's up 6 strokes. And again, it was all thanks to going birdie on 12 yesterday, birdie on 13, par on 14, birdie on 15, birdie on 16, birdie on 17, birdie on 18. That is 4 straight birdies in 6 of the last 7 holes that he birdied to take a 6-stroke lead. One of those birdies was an insane chip from like 40 yards away that just ran the entire length of the green and dropped in. His putts were sinking. He had a huge putt on the 3rd hole of the day. Everything was working for him yesterday. And the funny thing is, at the Masters this week, he's like 90th in driving accuracy. 91st in driving accuracy is dead last in the tournament. Rory McIlroy is 90th, and he is at the top of the leaderboard. Flat stick is working for him. If you're going to be making giant chips like that, everything is going for him this weekend.
No, he's got to work. He's definitely got it working right now. And if you're Sam Burns right now, or you're Patrick Reed, like, I'm curious what you say to yourself. Man, when you look at somebody that's doing this, you're probably like, "What? He's doing what right now?"
Just go into Sunday, see if you can cut that lead in half.
That's really all you can do at this point. You just got. Sometimes you just have.
Get it.
And you know this, Joe. Like when you're out there, sometimes you just can't be. There's nothing you can do that's wrong. You're just out there, and
I don't know if I've experienced that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there have been days, maybe not to the level of Rory McIlroy.
Maybe a couple hole stretch, where
that's what I'm saying.
I am just on it.
I am killing right now, and then you look and you're going to win because you might be up, 7-8 strokes right now, on one of your buddies. So you're like, we're good. Like there's in any sport, basketball, baseball, there's sometimes you just get in a groove. It seems like Rory's in one of those elite grooves right now.
Dude, it's unreal. Yeah. So yesterday I was on it here in the studio while I was doing happy hour, and then when I got out of the studio, me and the rest of the sales staff, Bossman Cooley and Sam Tung, We all just sat around our big old TV we got out there now, and it was great. It was a very heartwarming moment. As soon as I walked out the studio, everybody was just sitting around the TVs. They were all watching the Masters. And then there's 2 smaller TVs above that. Those also had the Masters on. It warmed my heart. I was like, you know what? I liked you guys. I knew I liked you as coworkers.
You guys are okay.
You guys.
That's all right, man.
But Rory's up. He has 12 under. He'll tee off at 11:50 today. He will tee off with Sam Burns, who is at 6 under. Patrick Reed is at 6 under par. He will tee off with Justin Rose at 5 under par. I need Justin Rose to have a good day. Good day, baby. Come on now. Tommy.
He's not far off.
It literally.
Rory's just killing right now.
They showed yesterday, they showed a graphic at one point. I think it was like golfers with a 5-stroke lead after 2 days at the Masters. The 6 guys that had that, 5 of them ended up winning. And the only one who lost it was some dude back in like 1939 or something like that. So, and then again, as I said a few minutes ago, he has the largest 36-hole lead at the Masters ever.
Yeah.
6 strokes.
So now it's like the fight for second. Who wants to be second now?
There's part of me like it's funny. These first 2 days, everybody's like, Rory, he doesn't have any pressure. He won the Masters. All the pressure is off his shoulders. He's out there. He's playing loose. Does he now have this pressure on him these last 2 days because he's dominating to not give it up and not crap the bed?
If I was Rory, I wouldn't even want to look at my scorecard. We're good. I know I'm doing well. Don't want to see it. Don't want to know who's behind me. I'm just focused on going out there and playing well.
Well, the way the course is playing this week, he really doesn't have to do a whole lot these next couple days. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he shot even par over the next couple days that he still ends up winning this.
As long as he doesn't completely S the bed.
Yeah, just don't choke.
He should be fine.
Just can't choke.
As he say that, we're going to see the most monumental, and you're going to love it because he's going to have the most monumental choke job of all time. So I'm knocking on wood because I would like to see him repeat as Masters champion.
Or repeat his 2011 Masters choke. Where was it? He went into the final round.
Or that, yeah.
Leading, and then he ended up choking it and shooting an 80 in the final round.
You know how happy I would be to shoot an 80?
Can you imagine if that happens again? Rory, he's coming into Sunday, just an absolutely dominant performance through 54 holes. Let's see what he can do today to see if he can go back-to-back.
That can be demoralizing.
Oh, my God.
That can be like a heavyweight fighter or anybody get knocked out.
His 3rd triple bogey of the day.
Yeah. I don't see it happening, but crazier things have happened in sports.
I don't know, man. Golf, this is what people say. It's one day you can shoot a 106, and then the next day you're shooting an 89. It doesn't make sense.
God, you say 89 like that's just so bad. I would love to shoot an 89.
I've only gotten sub 90 a handful of times.
Seriously, it's crazy, and that's how good these dudes are. Like if Rory came in and shot 89, wow, he sucks. But I'm like, man, I don't think I've ever shot 80.
Dude, if I shot an 80 at Augusta, I would cry. You know what? I would be assisted death at that point. You know what? You can just, I'm good.
Yeah, I can die here.
You can just hit me with the injection and put me out to pasture. After you give me an 80 at Augusta, it's like I'm good. I don't need to experience life.
My scorecard looks like a zip code. I'm like, man, bro, this is a lot of numbers right here.
So, yeah, Rory's up there. Some other guys kind of floating around in the leaderboard. Let's see. Terrell Hatton, 4 under. Wyndham Clark, Oregon Duck, 4 under. He had a nice little round yesterday. Jason Day is at 4 under. Brooks Koepka, 3 under. Max Homa, 2 under. Hideki Matsuyama, former Master winners. He is at 2 unders, as is Xander Schauffele. A lot of these guys are going to need a miracle, though, to be able to pull out the victory. Just for the sake of time, let's take a quick break. I want to tell you about what happened on hole 18 yesterday for Bryson DeChambeau because it was perfect. It was just absolutely wonderful to witness. We do that next year, Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network. But first, Schultze with a SportsCenter update.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trailblazers getting a big win last night over the LA Clippers, 116-97, the final 41st of the regular season. And of course, if they beat the Kings on Sunday, they ensure themselves the 8th spot in the NBA play-in in the upcoming week. Denny Avdia going off leading all scorers with 35 points. Donovan Clingan 18 points, 13 boards for another double-double. Blazers finishing up the regular season on Sunday at Moda against Sacramento. And over to the Masters, Rory McIlroy beginning the weekend with an absolute bang-up of a lead over the rest of the field. He's sitting in first at 12 under par, getting going at 11:50, along with one of the guys in second place, Sam Burns, at 6 under. Patrick Reed getting going a few minutes before that, also sitting at 6 under in second. Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood all tied for fourth at 5 under. And here in Portland, the Timbers getting going today, hosting LAFC at Providence Park at 1:45. Make sure you stick around right here on the Fan Sports Network. Coverage gets going at 12:45. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and Sue. Weekday. and 1080, The Fan.
Got two epic failures from yesterday to get to here. One at the Masters and one in the NBA. Bryson DeChambeau, very polarizing figure on, not on the PGA Tour because he plays for LIV like a
rich MFer.
He's just
golf douche.
He's insufferable.
Yes.
All right.
So he was struggling around Augusta the last couple days. Things didn't go great on Thursday. Things weren't going great yesterday, but he gets to the 18th tee with a chance to make the cut for the weekend. Get himself a little paycheck, pay a little extra golf there at Augusta. Gets up to the 18th tee. He is at 3 over par. The cut line is 4 over par. He at worst needs a bogey to make the cut, make the weekend. Tee shot, he sprays it right into trees, forest, overhanging branches, pine straw, already off to a terrible start. So he steps up there, and then his only shot is to punch out low from underneath the branches in the trees, in which he does. That ball then rolls all the way to the front left bunker in front of the green. So now Bryson DeChambeau, he is hitting his 3rd shot out of the bunker, okay? He ends up doing something that I have done myself plenty of times, and I'm sure, Rashad, you have done it. Jordan, I'm sure you've done it if you played golf and ended up in a bunker. He hits his first bunker shot, and it hits the very top of the bunker in the sand and rolls right back down to his feet, and he doesn't get out of the bunker. So now he is hitting his 4th shot out of the bunker, and he needs to go up and down. His 4th shot needs to go right next to the hole, and he needs to putt and just make bogey. So what does he end up doing? He hits his 2nd shot out of the bunker, his 4th shot overall, puts it about 5-6 feet short of the hole, and the ball just slowly starts to roll backwards, roll backwards, roll backwards, roll backwards, all the way back into the fairway. And then at that point, he pitches again. It goes sailing past the hole, 10, 15 feet, whatever, and then he putts in for a double bogey, and Bryson DeChambeau misses the cut at the Masters by 1 stroke and by blowing up on the 18th. It was, and I watched it live, and it got to the point when he punched out and ended up in the bunker. I kind of started connecting the dots of the scenario, and I'm sitting there with all the coworkers, and I'm just like, oh my God, if he ends up double bogeying this hole and missing the cut, this is just going to be absolute perfection. And what does he end up doing? And it happened in the most one of us ways, by hitting the bunker shot and then hitting the top lip of the bunker and having the ball roll right back down at your feet. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch.
I've been trying to find a video, and everybody keeps, I don't know if Bryson DeChambeau had it taken off the internet, but
he's got his people scrubbing it.
But I'm finally looking at it the first time. I was like, yikes, man.
Yeah. Again, you're watching it right now. Okay, yeah, he sprays it right immediately into the forest and goes in amongst the pine straw. Again, just got to punch it out low, keep it safe, and then goes into the bunker, hits back-to-back bunker shot. He collapsed. He collapsed at the stretch. And again, if he even made the cut, he's not winning it, but you get yourself a paycheck, and it's not a completely worthless trip out to Augusta, right? But yeah, it was, of all people for that to happen to, Bryson's one of the people you're just like,
you don't feel bad for him, unfortunately.
No, it's one of those like, oh God, hate to see it,
Yeah, I'm watching him right now. I think this is
it's the 4th bunker shot. Yeah. And again, he puts it like 5-6 feet below the hole, but it was just enough to hit this slant on the green in this undulation that made the ball roll all the way back to the fairway. And then at that point, you're just like, he's done. He's not chipping in from here for bogey to save his.
Wow, how unlucky,
dude! It was great. It was cinema.
Hey, man, be humble, sit down, man.
And just hearing the crowd as it was all unfolding, just oh no, just all groaning.
Like, how are you not going completely Happy Gilmore right now and breaking your clubs, a la Tiger Woods? Like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, his 3D printed 5-iron. Did you know that he did that? He's making his own clubs, and he had his own 3D printed 5-iron in there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
He made his own club, and he's going to start making his own clubs.
And then he misses the putt. He's like, oh, that sucks.
I would love, because he only had one club that he used in his bag this week that he made himself. I would love for his, like, the first tournament where he's like, yeah, all right, this whole bag is just my clubs that I made. He just absolutely
kills it.
No.
Or just sucks it.
Shoots like an 85.
If he kills it, they would oh my God. They'd extend those clubs so fast.
Oh,
he's
going
out there. And
what he's doing is he's quitting the tour and becoming a CEO of the next biggest club company.
Absolutely.
in the world.
Absolutely, sell them to live.
Yeah. And then the other big failure in sports last night was there was a lot of different NBA games going around. I will read for you the deficits of each game. So these were the deficits of the final score of each game. There was last night's Blazers Clippers, 19 points. Pistons Hornets, 18 points. Heat Wizards, 23 points. Hawks, Cavs, 22 points. Celtics, Pelicans, 26 points. 76ers, Pacers, 21 points. Raptors, Knicks, that is 27 points. Magic, Bulls, 24 points. Bucks, Nets, 17 points. Spurs, Mavericks, 19 points. Nuggets, Thunder, 20 points. Hey, we had a good one. Timberwolves, Rockets, potential playoff matchup in the Western Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
136, 132. The Kings and Warriors was a good one, 124, 118. Lakers, Suns, that was a 28-point victory for the Lakers. And then the worst game of all, the Jazz and Grizzlies, the Jazz won by 46 points. So there was all but 2 of those games were decided by not even just double digits, but like 18, 20, 27, or in the case of the Jazz and Grizzlies, 46 points.
Some pretty bad basketball out there being played in the season.
And again, I said at the beginning of the show, this is something that Dirt and Sprague highlighted earlier in the week. And so when I was, prepping the show this morning, I was like, oh, let's look at the scores from last night to see what happened. And I was just like, oh my God, it happened again. Just non-competitive, absolute blowout basketball around the association outside of 2 games. And there was 14 games last night? It's a gross night of basketball.
It was. But there are a lot of things that happen
I can't wait for the playoffs to actually watch good, meaningful, competitive basketball.
No, for real.
We need it. We need the palate cleanser of actual good NBA basketball.
Yeah, for some, you saw some, a playoff type matchup between the Thunder and between the Rockets,
the Jazz
and
the Grizzlies.
Oh. Yeah, no, definitely not that one. But KD and Anthony Edwards had a good game. Amon Thompson at 41. In a close loss to the Timberwolves. So that was probably the only really good game of the day. We saw the Blazers game go back and forth. I think that game was closer than the score wanted to make it out.
Yeah, because Blazers, it was Clippers were up in the fourth quarter at the beginning of it, so I do want to highlight this Jazz Grizzlies game just a bit more because going into it, I don't know if you saw what the stakes of this game were when it comes to draft position.
I think it's to keep their protected top 4 pick or something.
It was like if the Grizzlies were to win, they lost 7% chance at a top 4 pick, and if the Jazz won, they lost 10% chance at a top 4 pick. So the Jazz ended up winning 147-101. I want to play a fun game. Maybe we do this next segment since we're up against it. I have a list of names. You need to tell me, is this a player on the Jazz or Grizzlies, or is it a fake name?
Ooh, I like this game.
Because the Jazz played only 7 guys last night, and the Grizzlies played only 6 guys last night. I think there was a total of 22 players on the injury report between the 2 teams.
Number one, both teams aren't very good anyway, and then you add in all the injuries, and it's like, yikes, man. So, yeah, if you really want to take a master class on how to tank, this Utah team has been trying their damnedest to make sure that they suck. And unfortunately, they got some good players in certain spots, so it's not working the way they want it to.
All right. Take a break, come back next, and play the game of, is this a real person or not? Is this a real NBA player that played in the Grizzlies-Jazz game last night? We'll wrap things up here. Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network, next.
Glenn, I got to be honest. When you first said metal...
All right, last segment here on Sports Saturday. I hope you guys have a great Saturday after this. I got a soccer match to get to at 3:30.
Got to work out real quick. Get this workout in.
Chehalis Valley Soccer Club, FC Woodburn.
I was going to say, that's not the Timbers game. That's at 1:45.
Catch the fever.
What?
Live at George Fox.
Okay.
That'll be fun, though.
You'll get the whole seat, but you only need the edge of it. And then didn't they say that on the monster truck commercials?
I think so.
Kids' seats are still $5.
Move the metal.
Grave digger.
So boring as a kid.
El Toro
So
Loco.
boring.
Yeah, I went to 1 or 2 monster truck rallies.
Sucks.
One in like Woodburn, and it was okay.
It's white people stuff, Rashad. You wouldn't understand.
No, Rashad, I'm with you. Like, it was okay, but
I
it
get
wasn't
it.
something.
It's not fun.
They're like, oh, do you want to go?
Part of
I
our
was never-
culture, okay?
Is it?
It's like apple pie. Hankering to go watch some cars crash into each other.
You just
It's a
don't
silly thing.
get it, Rashad.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, let's
okay.
see if you can get this. I have a list of names. You need to tell me if these guys are real players on either the Grizzlies or the Jazz, or if they are fake players. Because these guys played last night. Some of them did. And some of them got minus 46
We about to look like
for the
Charles
Grizzlies
Barkley right now.
Yeah,
minus,
who we
yeah,
play
this
for.
isn't who he played for. It's, is he a real person? All right. I feel like that should be easy enough, right? I'm not
Okay.
going to throw you a curveball and be like, no, you got to tell me what college he went to. Just
Okay,
tell me,
'cause-
is this a real person?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The first name on this list, Dariq Whitehead.
Oh, that's real.
Real player or not?
Dariq
Yes.
Whitehead?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not saying Derek?
Could be Derek. Maybe
Well,
it's
how is it
Dariq.
spelled? DARIQ or DA?
DARIQ.
That sounds like Dariq.
I don't remember a Whitehead.
Dariq Whitehead.
I'm
So
gonna say
real
no.
or not?
No, I'm going to say no.
You're going to say not real? Jordan?
Real.
It is real.
Yes.
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. He had 21
Okay.
points last night. He was a -7. He was the best out of
Okay.
all the Grizzlies because he was a -7. The 6 other players that played last night, 5 other players that played last night for them, they were all at least minus 42.
Jeez,
He was a
Louise.
-7.
So best player on the team.
Yeah,
Kill it.
everybody else was at least a minus 42. Minus 42, minus 44, 45, 46, and 46.
Okay.
All right, the next player, Lucas Williamson. Real or fake?
Real.
Real name or fake name? You're going real?
Yeah.
I'm going fake. I don't know a Lucas
Fake?
Williamson. No, you know that sounds just fake enough to be
You're
real.
looking at it right now.
Oh, I was looking at the Utah at the Utah
Get
people.
that off.
Fantastic.
You're cheating right now.
No, I'm going to
Cheating
tell you, Lucas Williamson. I mean,
Unbelievable.
sure.
He had the box score right in front of him.
I didn't know I was there. I was looking at the Bryson Chambos thing still. Well, this is still the page that's up outside the Masters one. So,
Liar.
yeah.
Lucas Williamson, real or fake?
I don't know. It sounds like you're making this one up. That's pretty easy. I mean, Dariq, I'll give you that one. Derek, I'm going to say his name is Derek. Yeah, I think you're making Lucas Williamson up.
Lucas Williamson, fake. Jordan, what did you say?
Oh, I said real. I'm wrong.
That's real.
What?
He played all 48 minutes last night.
I feel like you could have just made that number up right away. How much did he have last night?
He had 13 points on 5 of 19 shooting and 2 of 13 from 3. He was a minus 46.
Whoa.
He did have a double-double, though. He had 13 points and 13
Do you even
rebounds.
care if I got a double-double if I'm a minus 26? Not really.
Yeah, right? Like that.
Couldn't care less.
Lucas Williamson.
Okay, give me another one.
He played his college at Loyola Chicago. Sister Jean.
Hey.
All right, next one. Blake Hinson.
Blake Henson's real.
Jordan, Blake Hinson.
No.
Not real?
No.
You say real?
Yes.
He is real. He actually was on the Rip City remix earlier this year.
Yeah, I know that now. Yeah,
Wow.
that name
He was
sounds
dropping
familiar.
like 20, 30 points every game. And also, former Pitt Panther.
Oh, is he?
Okay.
Hail to Pitt, baby. Rep my Panthers.
To Pitt Panthers. Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah.
What that fight song is. I don't
I don't think that's it.
I don't either. I don't even know the lyrics to Oregon's fight song. I just know the tune. I just know the beat.
Yeah.
The
I
melody.
think it says
if you
Mighty
will.
Oregon somewhere in there, but
Yeah,
that's all I
somewhere.
know.
All right, next one.
Oh.
This one's just so generic. I can't do this one. There's a guy named Cody Williams on the Jazz, by the way.
That's a real person.
Let's go with Bez Mabang.
That he's
That
real.
is real.
Bez
He's real.
Mabang.
Mabang.
Yeah.
Mabang. Yeah.
He is,
For Utah, right?
he is real.
It's
yeah, he's on
M
Utah.
apostrophe bang, right?
Nope, it's just MBENG. Mabang.
I think it's just Bang.
Just bang.
Is it just bang?
Is it bang? Bez or just bang?
I think the M is silent.
It's just Bez Bang?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of love that. Yo, I'm Bez Bang. Like, yes, you are.
His name's Bez. I mean, that's a cool name. All right, next one on the. All right, good. You guys, you had confidence in that one. You guys knew right away.
I knew who he was. I remember that name.
You couldn't come up with that off the cuff, Joe. There's
no way. I don't think you even have a glossary of like terrible names next to you to be able to read off. So
well, who knows? Maybe I, employed the services of AI, ChatGPT, to give me some fake names.
Well, that works.
Dude, they might have given me some good ones.
Get some spicy ones,
like Jemima Shack.
That is not
real or fake.
That is not a real.
That is a video game 2K26 player drafted 17th overall.
No, that is not real.
Jemima Shack.
Well, you're right. I couldn't come up with something like that because that's a real person.
What?
Jemima Shack.
Jemima Shack.
Jemima Shack. He also played all 48 minutes for the Grizzlies last night. And
Jemima Shack.
And he had a quadruple double.
How many turnovers?
Yeah, exactly. How many turnovers?
Damn it.
How many fouls? You can only have 6. Okay.
Jemima Shack for the Memphis Grizzlies last night had a quadruple double. He had 13 points, 15 rebounds, 14 assists, and 10 turnovers.
What was his plus minus?
Hey, man.
He was a minus 46.
I had a triple double. I'm saying that's the storyline. I had a triple double.
I'm almost upset I did not watch this game last night.
I think I might have to go back and at least watch the highlights. I want to see. I think I saw that Roops got some minutes. He was like a minus 39 or something like that.
Were courtside seats like $60?
No, courtside seats are like 12.
Tickets were as low as $10 when I was looking at this game yesterday.
That's the game. If you want to go like, hey, I want to sit first, second row in an NBA game, those are the kinds you go to because you will find cheap ones.
All right, I got a couple other ones here, but I feel like Jemima Shack's a good one to end on there.
Jemima Shack. I'm going to Jemima Shack.
All right, and did this guy get minutes last night? Joe Fisher.
Yes.
Fake. He's not on that
There's
team.
an athlete named Joe
if
Fisher.
I was in Salt Lake, I bet you I could have weaseled my way into a quick, 1-day contract.
Yeah, I mean,
one night contract.
It's possible.
So let me get some run. Let me get some minutes. Do you think in that game you could have gotten at least a layup off?
Yes.
And gotten 2?
Well, yes. I'm still pretty athletic, so I think I could have gotten at least a layup off.
Look at that humble brag over there.
Hold on, let me finish. After that, I'm going to be subbed out immediately because I can't guard anybody out there.
Jemima Shack.
Yeah, get the ice bath ready because I think that's it.
Where were you for the Jemima Shack game? That is 2 triple doubles in the last week for the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's true, Roops.
Because Ryan Repair had one, I believe, last Sunday.
Julianne, yeah. Go ahead, man. Repair went out there. I looked at that. I thought it was a typo. I was like, Ryan Repair had a triple-double? What?
Blazers legend. He did also play in this game last night, Ryan Repair. 40 minutes, 16 points, 7 of 25 from the field, 1 of 11 from 3.
Man.
12 rebounds. So he also had a double-double.
And it should be noted, this is the craziest part.
He was minus 45.
The Grizzlies played 6 people last night.
6 dudes, yeah.
That's it. They ran 6 dudes out there and was like, you know what, we're good. Nobody else needs to play tonight.
Is that NBA rule you need at least 6 players?
That sounds like torture.
I mean, 2 guys played all 48. Lucas Williamson and Jemima Shack.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
The Jazz did not have anyone play. You know what's funny is out of all those players that they have playing last night, Besma Bang, John Conchar, Cody Williams, Ace Bailey played the least amount of minutes.
Yeah, I mean they're still trying to
Excuse me, he played the second least amount of minutes.
They're still trying to quote unquote protect the investment, I guess. Yeah. I guess we'll see.
Whew. Dear God, get us to the playoffs.
We're almost there. Tuesday.
Just get us to the playoffs.
Blazers are going to get that 7 seed.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, it's going to happen. Is Devin Booker hurt? Or did he just not play last night?
I don't think so. He probably just didn't play. They're locked into the 7 seed, so
they are.
Who cares? Yeah, they don't need him.
It don't matter. It don't matter. All right. Thanks to everybody out there hanging out with us on this Saturday. Go enjoy it if you can. It looks like maybe some sun's poking out there, but got plenty of Masters to watch, so if you got to stay indoors, you can do that. Jordan Schultz, appreciate you as always.
Love you guys. Love you all. Appreciate y'all.
Rashad Taylor, appreciate you as always.
My man.
And all the listeners out there tuning in to Sports Saturday today, appreciate you always. We will be back next week for Sports Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We'll see you then. Peace.
If the police have officers who specialize in DUI arrests, shouldn't you have a...